Hey guys, so this is going to be the challenges or the perform for ApproxPi. I go and take a look at my code. A couple of these we did in class, but I'm going to do them real quick as well. Complete the method. Public static boolean is odd. Return whether it is odd or not. A lot of times you can just copy the header or the signature right here. That'll just be how we make these. So again, make sure you pay attention. Here is the main method, and it is self-contained. Everything we create today with additional methods is inside the class, but separate from one another. Okay? Public static boolean. So it has to return some kind of boolean. I have to get a value. And I'll store it. Now here's the big thing. I need to send it. Okay? So we'll save this one. And we'll call the method isOdd. And since I've got a integer requirement, that's where I'm sending my num. Okay? Once again, your names do not have to match between methods, because when your information is sent, down here I'm going to refer to it as alpha. Up here it could be Bob, X, T, whatever variable I want to name it. But once I send it in the method call, it becomes alpha down here. Okay? And then just to be nice, we will print whatever happens. Okay, down here, I just need to check to see if something is odd. So if alpha mod 2 does not equal 0, return true, and then return false. I can stick this behind an else if I want. It's not necessary, but that's it. Okay. And let's go to the next one. Complete the method public static get main between two values. Okay. Put this up here. We mentioned this before, but methods themselves are modular. It does not matter the order you use them in. For simplicity's sake, I'll always keep my main first, but anything after that I can rearrange it however I feel. Okay, so this is going to be get max. So let's grab the second number, and we'll call this num2. This time I'll skip the whole middle step, and we will just print quotes. Okay, the higher number is, and now I'm going to do my method call. So get max, and I send num and num2. So it will take both values, send them to our method, and then return back just the biggest. So we're rewriting math.max is what we're really doing. So here I've got my variables. They're alpha and beta. So let's do the shortcut. One of my classes figured out. There you go. You just have it calculate it for you and return the value back. You can do an if test if you like, absolutely, no problem, whatever the case may be. That's 2. Let's go ahead and give it a sample run. Uh, 45. That is odd. And then 78. 78 is the bigger number. Okay. The true false makes sense. Okay. We've confirmed those. Comment those out for now, just so that we can move on. All right. 4 is a riddle. Complete the method. static dice roll. Oh yeah. Okay, we've done this before. Again, I'm going to jump in, set that up. All right. Okay. Now this one, notice, has no parameter. I don't need to send it any information, though it is going to send back an integer because we know how random works. Okay. Now, this is up here in my main, but I cannot use this random. I have to actually declare it here inside this method because that's what's actually going to generate the random. If I needed to do any kind of typing from the keyboard to give it information, I would have to make a scanner down here as well. Okay. So here we go. And g.next int 6 plus 1 plus. Okay. And while I think it's unnecessary, I'm going to put parentheses there just to make sure all the math gets done beforehand. Okay. Calculate a random number. Go there. Little refresher on random in case you've forgotten. So this is my range of values. So with a value of 6, I'm going to generate a random number from 0 to 5. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The plus 1 shifts it up because most six-sided dice start at 1 and go to 6. Okay. Go ahead and do another one. Okay. Complete this method. Okay, so this time we're making a method with the exact same name, but with a different execution. Returns a random number between 1 and the num faces, representing a roll of a die of a non-standard. So this would be like your D20, your D4, whatever the case may be. Just like with substring, it's the exact same name, only we've changed the parameters. Instead of being empty, this requires a value. And okay, this time I'll send the number of faces. Okay, down here, same situation, only this time I don't want the 6. I use the variable that they've got, or the local variable that they have given us to use. Okay, so let's check these out. Okay, random die gave us a 4. Let's go D20, and that gave us an 11. All right, cool. So now we've got those two squared away. Okay, number 7, complete this method. Capitalize, okay. All right, capitalize. Returns a supplied string with the first letter capitalized. You can presume the name parameter will already be lowercase. Okay, so it's going to be down here. Okay, so this is one's going to give us a string. I'm going to go ahead and set next line. So so that it grabs everything, whether it's a word or a phrase. Does it specify a word? Did I read it too fast? It just says the supplied string. You could do just next. That would be fine as well. Okay. Okay. So that's going to call my method with what they input and then immediately print it. So I should see where I type it in lowercase, it capitalizes the first letter. Okay, so we've got name. Now I only need to capitalize the first character. So that would be substring 0, 1 is always the first one. And then I uppercase it. Okay. Now the rest of it, I need to grab the remainder part of the string. So this one's going to start at 1 and grab everything else. And here. Okay. Again, I'm just going to keep it to one line. So this does a lot of things in one line. So it grabs the substring, it capitalizes it, then it tacks on the rest of the string that I'd sent it, but then it overrides it and saves it in, well, it doesn't actually override it here. I could do that. Like, I could put it back the way it was. And then I just return name. Okay. Lots of choices, lots of variations, little minute things. You could do these on separate lines. This could take as many as, just with what I've got there, 3 or 4 lines. So, you know, do whatever works for you. Let's get another one. Okay, so area of a circle. Okay. Returns the area of a circle with a supplied radius. So, guess what we have to ask? Now, being a radius and doing measurements, I'm going to make this one a double instead of an integer, which you can see that's our return type anyway. Oh, I almost forgot. So remember, we use next line up here. So I have to have a buffer clear. If you run this on your own and it looks like it skips a question, that's the error. And I think we called this the string glitch way back in first semester. Okay, so we've got that, and we send rad. It is giving us something back, so print it off, I guess. With radius. Okay. Circle's area with radius rad is, and then we method call it. Down here, should all remember area of a circle. Return math.pi times radius times radius. Okay. And of course, you could also have the other way. Either one of those works. Just pick which one you prefer. And that's going to send that value back. Let's go ahead and check these two. Or actually, I must send lowercase. And it capitalizes the first letter. Okay, enter a radius 3.159. Hi. 0879. There we go. All right, so moving right along. Number 9, complete this method. Public static Boolean is multiple. That returns if beta is a multiple of. Okay, so all right, need two values. Returns a Boolean. All right. All right. Is it a multiple? So, all right. So if something is a multiple of something, I take the mod of it and I get 0. So if alpha mod beta is 0, then I return the test. Okay. So this is just like our even odd. And I can put this in the parentheses just to be safe. It does not actually read a problem because this is testing a value. This is saving a value. It's an assignment operator. So the parentheses is not required. And it looks weird, I know, with two sets of equals in the same line. But we've actually done this before, way back when we first introduced Booleans with our if statements back October-ish. Okay? As that's a little bit funky, let's go ahead and do this. All right, is 60 a multiple of 12? Yes. Okay. Is 60 a multiple of 13? No. Okay. We're good there. Last one. Okay. Public static convert time. Ah, fun times. Anything that starts with conversion is always an interesting build because you have to understand not just what it's doing, but what you're changing it to. Oh, not the last one, almost. Okay. Convert seconds to minutes and vice versa. The Boolean parameter is minutes will be supplied as true if time is in minutes. The method should return a string representation like this following below. Convert time 3 true, 3 minutes is 180 seconds. Convert time 180 false, 180 seconds is 3 minutes. So we need to have either method built in. If you notice our method call, we've got two variables inside, the time and a Boolean statement on whether it's minutes or not. Okay. And okay, so we've got two things we need to get from them. Enter time units. Sorry. Okay. Is okay. So enter the time. Let's say units. That could get confusing. Measurement. Stored in time. Is this yes or no? I send it as an answer. Okay. So let's see. Actually, no. Let's just keep it true false. Okay. So need to do my method call, but I also have another print statement. So the print is going to be time, the output, okay, so that's not actually print statement. So this is what it wants us to print, but this is what it wants us to be in the code. Okay, so we don't actually have a preamble. Okay. So convert time, and we'll send time and test. Okay. So down here, all right, if minutes, we'll do some stuff, and then else, we'll return some stuff. Okay. So if it is minutes, how do we convert minutes to seconds? We multiply. Time times 60. Oh, it's returning the whole string. Okay, so let me get the format. Okay, so string output is, so time minutes is, space, times 60. Seconds. Okay. And then turn output. Output 1. The scope of these is limited to inside here, which is why I'm doing it. I'm just keeping them separate. Excuse me. Okay, so if it's not minutes, then we go the other way. So divide by 60. Okay, so let's test this out. Time measurement, let's go 540. Is it minutes? False. No. Yeah. Good. I just realized I messed up. So this will be, swap these around. Goes out. Good. Let's try this again. 40. Okay, 540 seconds is 9 minutes. Let's go the other way. Let's go 0.5. True. 1.5 minutes is 90 seconds. Good. Okay. That's good. Okay. Complete the method. Public static void print diagonal. Okay, so we're printing diagonal. One string. Okay. Shown below. Note, this method has a void return type, which means it does not return any data, which means everything we want to do has to be done inside the method. You cannot print what this method returns, but you can simply call the method. Okay? So like that. Okay, so we're shifting, okay, just looks like one space each time. Okay, so the method call for this is very simple. So okay, does not give any indication to the size of it, so I do not assume anything. Now this time I don't have a print statement. I am literally just going to send and call a variable. That's it. That's all I do. Okay? So I've got str and I need to print, but each time I print, I need to move it down a line and over a space. So that means I need to print one character at a time, which means I get to use a for loop again. Send I 0. This is a string, so this does get the parentheses. All right, and inside here, all right. Okay, I'm going to nest this. This is going to be okay. I. Okay, so I'm going to use J as my spacers and I as my limit for that. Just spacing, room. Okay. Need one character at a time. Okay, so here we go. Space. That's going to take care of those, and that is all I want to do here. Outside the for loop, this is where I print the character. So my string is str, substring, and I want to do I plus 1. Okay. Let's see, so that'll take care of my spaces. That'll go one letter at a time. Okay, I think that will work. There we go. So it did include the space as well, which is fine. That works. Okay. Method for this is a little interesting, but yeah. That is the challenges. I hope this answers some of your questions. Feel free to come see me in tutorials or ask me during our free code time in class. But yeah, those are your practice problems. Thank you. Have a good day.